And you did. And I say, good morning, Brother Frank.
Good morning, Brother Pat.
Well, Frank, you did it again, didn't you? Go ahead, ask me what you did.
I blinked.
You sure did, mister. And it's Friday. Isn't that amazing?
It is.
And here we are, halfway through May. And here we are with another Good Morning Frank and Pat live from Sycamore Reserve. So happy to be here, and truly I'm happy to be here because there's many that aren't that fortunate anymore. I don't know if that's a nice thing. Well, it's the lucky ones that are with God. So Frank,
Yes.
and I know that I've been struggling this morning once again. I can't find, or I'm not, but I did fall on something now that, and after I even give thought to this, because you speak of growing old, and I never want to say that. You're so very young at heart, and you're still good and active, and 81 is, to me anymore, it doesn't count quite yet as being old. We've got, Frank, we've got one lady in there who's 104. Now, that's, just so you know what kind of stuff goes on here, the fire department's pulling in here, but it's because our elevator stopped working, and lo and behold, there's somebody in. So if you, and they're pulling in right now. But anyway, I want to get back to this thought, Frank. Talking about where you stand in there, and God in John and down in 15 talks about God being the true vine, right? And we're his branches, right? And he'll cut off any place in our life that's not bearing fruit. I'm giving you time on that because it's important, because you're still bearing a lot of fruit, Frank. I mean, fruit, Frank. You're bearing a lot of fruit, Frank. And but it's so important to know what needs to be
Pruned.
well, prune is when we're still. He'll clean, because I'll read this to you in a second. He says, any branch in me that does not bear fruit, or that stops bearing, he cuts away, trims it off, takes it away. And he cleanses it, but he cleanses he cleanses and repeatedly prunes every branch that continues to bear fruit. Trims away the edges where it's starting to get wrong, I guess, and make it good, so that it will bear more and richer and more excellent fruit. And in that, it's true. And I know you feel, I mean, I certainly feel that. I mean, all the areas in our lives that we're getting kind of trapped in that isn't doing us any ounce of any good, not one little nano speck of any good, be gone with it.
Amen.
Because there's once again where our life will maintain or get us back into what I love to say is balance. We need to be in balance. When we're in balance, we're at peace. And when we're at peace, we're making good decisions. And that's where my feeble mind is this morning. Frank,
Yes,
you
Patrick.
got anything you'd like to add to that? Because I'll bet you do.
Well, you'd win that bet. Thinking about, I posted a picture online recently of myself at about age 16, and I was with an uncle who was just like a family saint, and a dog that was also kind of like a family saint. And I was not wearing a shirt. I'd been doing a lot of farm work, and I was pretty trim and pretty muscular. And I had several comments about that, like this is not the Frank we know. And but the attitude, I think, can remain the same throughout our lives if we prune away the growth that gets in the way of the spirit. When we do things, add habits, or learn things that have reached the end of their usefulness, or even the end of our physical bodies, when we go to heaven, we're not going to be taking these old bodies. They got new bodies waiting.
Amen.
And the spirit is eternal. The body is not. So if we stay in touch with our spiritual nature as children of the eternal God, then we keep a positive attitude, and keeping that positive attitude
Bingo.
makes the best out of whatever your situation in life is. So yeah, I feel, unless I'm trying to climb the stairs or something, I feel about the same age I did when I was 16.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. I love
Yeah.
that. Frank, I love that.
yeah.
and I hope y'all did too. Anyway, got the firemen here. We're gonna get Lucy out of the elevator, and
Oh, we love Lucy.
we'll get
Lucy is awesome.
she makes your biscuits, right?
She makes the biscuits, and she does so much.
God bless you all. Thank you for your love and support. And we'll see you in the morning.